I'm Hawley Maclean for TrainLi Tech TV, and today we're going to be talking about how to build the tunnels and the portals on your railroad. Now there are lots of different things that you can build these out of, but one of the ones that we found the most effective and most durable is using concrete blocks or cinder blocks. So our process is pretty straightforward. We actually dig out the area of where we want that tunnel to go, and we make it a little bit bigger than the actual size of the finished tunnel. We'll put down some concrete, a little bit of concrete mix, and then we will take actual cinder blocks and line both sides of the tunnel with those cinder blocks and fill those with concrete and rebar. The nice thing is that rebar is you can get at your local home improvement store, and a lot of them come in pre-cut lengths, so that makes it very easy just to slide a few of those in to the holes or channels that are in those cinder blocks while filling it with concrete. Go ahead and let those set up for a day, and we come back in the morning and we will paint the inside of the tunnels. We just get a good concrete paint that you can get at the home improvement stores, and we like to paint them black. That goes ahead and adds a lot more depth to the tunnels, especially if you're having a shorter tunnel. It'll make them look a little bit bigger and a little bit longer. For the top of the tunnel, we found if you look for a large real stone slate tile, maybe 20 inches long, a foot wide or something like that, you can get those, and they're really very inexpensive. They're only a couple of bucks a piece, and we put a little layer of concrete along the top of the cinder blocks, and then cement these on top, and then put I'd say about inch and a half to 2 inches of concrete over the entire top of the tunnel, and that gives you a very, very solid roof. And once you backfill over that, you can then kind of sculpt however you want that mountain or ridge to look, and you can walk across it then and so forth. So very, very stable. If we are doing a tunnel that is longer than 6 feet, and we have some very long tunnels here, we'll go ahead and use irrigation covers, and you can get those at any irrigation supply place or home improvement stores. We cut those down to size so that they aren't quite as high, to the height that we want, and those we put them on top in an opening above the tunnel, and we will then glue those in with any type of like landscape adhesive, and then around the outside on the top part we'll go ahead and put some concrete around those to hold those in place. That's really pretty bulletproof, but it gives you a very nice access point to your tunnel. I try and place those access points every 6 feet and directly above where I will have the tracks joined together in case there's ever a problem that we need to take the track out or fix something, or if there's a rare event that a train derails, you have easy access to that. And then you can completely backfill over those, and just remember where they're buried on your tunnel tops, and that gives you very easy access. Yet when you don't need that, they're completely covered over and you don't see those at all. One other little point is when we use the TrainLi 6-foot nickel-plated brass flexible track, and we only anchor it every 6 feet, especially in the tunnel, where in the same spot where the access point is. So it's very easy to remove the track if there's any reason that you need to do so, or do track maintenance anytime in the future. But that's pretty rare. The next part is how we do the portals. And what we use, we start out with basically a sheet of concrete board. This one's about a 1/2 inch thick or so, and you just do a rough cut of the size of the portal that you want, and we notch out a little section right here that goes over our road bed. All right, well, now we're back in the shop, and what we're going to do is start applying the tile to the concrete boards here. First step is to draw out the portal on how we wanted that, and take kind of a large square line up from where we cut out the notch for the track. And we're just going to do kind of a little vertical line there. Another one right here. And then I'm going to come across for our 9.5 inches. Right about here. So we have this part all marked out. If we go any further, I always like working with these rubber gloves because working with this adhesive and the concrete dust, all that really kind of gets all over the place. And these really hold up well. I've tried some of the other ones and they kind of fall apart rather quickly. And these, I can pretty much work with them for several hours. They're Gloveworks, black nitrate, heavy duty, and have a little texture on them to hold on to stuff. And they turned out working out really pretty nice. So now for the arches, all I do is I just find, like, if I have a really big arch I need, I'll use like a garbage can lid. I have this flower pot here, so I'm just going to line this up about where we want that arch. Right around like that. And now we have the arch for our tunnel. Next step is to go out and cut this. Okay, we went out and we cut our board, our concrete board. We have our portal opening right there. And now we'll start putting the detail on the surface here. What I found is that these sheets of real stone tile, I get this at Home Depot, they come in all different designs and types of stone, and they run anywhere from $8 to $12, $14 for a real fancy one, a sheet. But they last forever if you do it correctly. They last for years and years and years outside on your railroad. They look great. They look like the real thing because they are the real thing, the real stone. And that's the important thing, is make sure if you're doing this, always use the 100% real stone. Don't use any of the tiles or the laminates or anything like that. Those don't hold up anywhere near as long and as well as just the plain old real stone. So this stuff is really pretty easy to work with. It's kind of like making your own jigsaw puzzle. And these come in handy. I save these and just use them to paint things on, or to do templates or anything like that. And we should be able to do this with about 2.5 of these maybe, or just the 2, which would be nice. I have some couple of pieces of leftover tile from some previous portals that we made. When we put these together, the most important edge to make sure everything lines up with is the inside of the portal. And what we want is, we want to have these fingers sticking out from the edge here. And so I line this edge up with this edge, and then we have the fingers sticking out. And so what we're going to do, once these are all done and they're mounted into the tunnel, we're going to come back and add some depth to these portals by running some of the tile into the tunnel. So, and how that's going to work is, if this was the face of your portal, these will just come in and interlock in right like that. And now it looks like we have a pretty thick wall there, when actually it's only about an inch and a half thick. So that's probably the most important aspect of lining stuff up, is to make sure that this edge is right on that edge, so that we can connect additional tile later on. So then we have that one. Looks like it's good to go. I'll take our little Sharpie, make a mark right here. This edge does not have to be as perfect, because it will be hidden by rocks or dirt, something like that, some form, whatever the side of your mountain is going to be. Okay. All right. This one right here. Do the same thing on this side. Looks good. We got our little mark right here. Come along. All right, we'll be right back. Go cut these real quick. Okay, we got these cut. We'll save these smaller pieces for filling up the upper part of the portal. I think this one goes, oh, this one right here. That's good. Right there, I think this one. And we're all lined up like that. Next is, we're going to go ahead and use this trim tile, and this is solid stone. It's I think a travertine, and they make a nice little accent for the top. And what I want is just to have, maybe a 3/4 of an inch or so sticking above the board, so that the top of that can be backfilled with a little bit of dirt or whatever, and then you won't see this edge. So I just make a little mark. Grab my square. It's pretty good. And that just has to be an approximation, is all. Now, we'll take this sheet of stone and kind of run it all the way over like that. Looks like we need to cut it right here at this row. So grab that. Along here. I just put along the edge for the most part, bends over rather easily. Just take a utility knife, down like that. And this piece should fit easily right there. I just cover up this arch because we'll cut that out later on. Then I can take you right here, come in, and you'll match nicely there. You need to take these top two courses off. You will fit right here nicely, and then you need to do one more cut. Should be right there. Flip this over so I have it on the back side. Okay, we'll be back in just a moment. Cut this piece. Okay, we cut this piece, our last piece. Let's make sure that it works well right here. Like that, nice line up. Boom. All that looks like it's going to work. So the next step is to glue it down. One of the best adhesive we found is a landscaping adhesive. It's designed to work on stone and concrete and to be outside in the rain and snow and heat and cold. So we'll take a tube of this, get one started. And I want to make sure that we have a good bead around the edges because that's where most of the stress points are when you're mounting it out on the portal and so forth. This one's almost empty. That one's toast. And these little caulk guns are made for right-handed people, and I'm left-handed, so. That's good. That, perfect. I'll set that one on the floor. Keep it out of the way, and what you want to do is just make sure you have a fair amount of this adhesive on the concrete board. A few tabs where we have some bigger spaces. All right. That should be a good start for now. Like I said, remember to line this edge up with the concrete board edge. I kind of plop it down, spin it around a little bit, make sure you got the glue spread out. Line that up. Push down on it, looks pretty good. Grab this next one. Pump it down here, move it around. Make sure that edge is good. And we'll do the top. Like that. Slide this one in. And then slide these back and forth so we get good coverage. And then we go line that one up. Come on. Take one of these stones here. Let's just make sure that we're all good. Put this one down here. That all looks great. Take this last one, and there's a little open spot right there. Stuff that in, and there's a little spot there that I can put one of these small stones in just to fill these in. And totally fine if they stick out some for right now, because we're going to come back and trim them once these are all set. And let's do a half of one. Nice half one. That one, grab a little bit of glue. There we go. All right, that's all good. Next up is put the trim tile on. So, like that. And I don't know if I have enough little pieces to work. I don't think so. Nope. You won't get me there, so. We'll mark this one. About right there. We'll cut this and be right back. Okay, that's the extra piece. I'm going to take this and glue this right here. All right, we now have the first aid done on this portal. I got 3 more to do, and then tomorrow we'll come back and do the next step. So we'll see you tomorrow. Thank you for watching.